everyone, my name is Kaylee Amato and I'm Thayer County Health Services Wellness Associate. Today I'm going to show you a really quick and easy, simple snack recipe, which is energy bites. So I chose this snack because I'm just trying to show you just how easy and simple it can be to snack healthily. So there are so many recipes out there for these. They're super simple and easy to make. You just throw everything together in a bowl and you're ready to go. These are a great snack to make ahead of time for work, packing in your kids' lunches, taking on the go, or even just as a quick afternoon pick-me-up. They're full of nutritious ingredients. They're really high in fiber, protein, and those healthy fats, which are the good fats, so they're gonna keep you fuller longer. So these really are so versatile. You can add whatever you like to them to best suit your flavor preferences, your family's, or really just anything you have on hand at home. They don't take too much effort. So because of that, I'm gonna show you two different ways that you can make these. The first one's a little more of a traditional recipe. It uses just a really simple base, so you can use that as a starting block and then add whatever other sorts of ingredients that you like or have on hand to that. And then the second one is more of a seasonal fall flavor that incorporates fresh apple and warm spices. So let's get to it. Okay, so for this first recipe, we're gonna start off with the more traditional one, which is peanut butter chocolate chip. This is the perfect sweet snack, especially if you love peanut butter and chocolate. So we just need minimal utensils to make these. All you really need is just a large mixing bowl, a spatula or a large spoon just to mix everything up together, measuring cups, measuring spoons to measure everything out, and then of course the ingredients that are going to go into the bites. So we're gonna go ahead and start out with our base. So this is the real simple recipe. So I've already measured out all of my ingredients here ahead of time. So we're gonna start with 1.25 cups of oats, and these ones are quick oats. You can use old-fashioned rolled oats, quick oats, a mixture of both. I just prefer using quick oats because I like the texture a little better. Oats are a great example of whole grains, which are so important for a part of a healthy diet for so many reasons. They're really high in lots of nutrients that bring us a lot of benefits for our bodies. So next we're gonna put 2 tablespoons worth of our power mix-in. So I'm going to use chia seeds and flax seeds. Both of these, I have just a tablespoon of each. You could use one or the other or a mixture of both. This is just what I have on hand today. So I'm gonna use a tablespoon of chia seeds and a tablespoon of flax seeds. And these are both great sources of fiber, as well as those healthy fats since they're really high in those omega-3s. If you don't have these, that is totally fine. If you want to go ahead and make these at home before you have them, you can just add in an additional 2 tablespoons of oats to kind of make up for the lack of seeds. So next we're going to go ahead and add our peanut butter. So this is a 1/2 cup worth of creamy peanut butter. And this peanut butter, you notice it's a little more runny. All this has in it is just peanuts and salt, which is really all you need to make a peanut butter. You don't necessarily need all those extra sugars and oils. So this one is pretty simple. So once we have that in there, we're gonna go ahead and add in our sticky liquid sweetener, which I'm using honey. So this is a 1/3 cup worth. You could also use pure maple syrup as well if you'd rather have that, but honey is what I have on hand today. Let's get that all out. Alright, and then once we have that in there, we're gonna add a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Just put that in there. And then a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And then our mix-in. So I've chosen just to use chocolate chips, so just a 1/2 cup worth of whatever mix-ins you like. You could add in chopped nuts. You could do a mixture of chocolate and nuts, just whatever you have on hand or whatever you like, it's just fine. So we're gonna add that in there. And these ones are semi-sweet chocolate chips. And then once everything's in the bowl, we're done. We're just gonna go ahead and mix everything together. Just give it a good stir so everything is evenly coated. And again, these are a really great snack. They're full of whole grains from the oats, healthy fats from the peanut butter, and the chia seeds and the flax seeds. So These are a really simple snack to just have on hand. All right, so once everything is stirred together, it's gonna look somewhat like this. Everything is all evenly mixed together. And then once everything is done with that, we're just gonna roll them into balls. So you can use a scoop. I just kind of eyeball it. Just kind of take a tablespoon to a tablespoon and a half worth of mixture, about like that. You're just gonna roll it into a ball. Then you can go ahead and set it to a side in a container, and that's really all that's to it. If you notice it's kind of sticking to my hands, you can refrigerate this dough ahead of time, and that'll make it a little easier and it won't stick as much. Or you can even run your hands under a little bit of running water, and that water will help the mixture not stick so much to your hands. So you can do that as well. So once you have all this mixture rolled up into little balls, you're all done. You can go ahead and store these in an airtight container. In the fridge. They'll last for about 2 weeks in there, or you can even freeze these as well, and they'll last for about 3 months in the freezer. So that's all to it. So for the second recipe, we're gonna do more of a fall flavor. I think around this time of year, there's pumpkin spice everything, and although I love pumpkin everything, I thought something different might be would be nice for this. So we're doing an apple pie flavored energy bite. So for this recipe, you'll need the same utensils, mixing bowl, rubber spatula or spoon, etc. But of course the ingredients are going to be a little bit different, but still on the same lines. So again, I pre-measured all of my ingredients, but I do want to note the first thing that I went ahead and prepared first was the grated apple. So I have a cup of a Granny Smith apple here that was grated. This was about just one medium-sized apple. I went ahead and just cut it in half ahead of time and then just grated it using a grater. And then I mixed that with 1 teaspoon of lemon juice to prevent the apple from browning as much. So once you have the apple ready to go, you can just go ahead and set that to the side. And we're gonna start by mixing our dry ingredients. So again, we'll start with our oats. So for this one, we have 2 cups of oats. Again, I'm using the quick oats. Then we have 2 tablespoons of ground flaxseed. And again, if you don't have flaxseed, you can supplement that with 2 tablespoons of oats. Then we have a half teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of ground cinnamon, and then a half teaspoon of allspice to give it that apple pie flavor. And then we have 2 tablespoons of finely chopped pecans. And you can use any nut. You could use walnuts, hazelnuts, anything you have on hand or like, you could absolutely use that. So we're gonna go ahead and give this just a quick stir. Just give all these ingredients together. All right, and once we have that kind of mixed together, we're gonna go ahead and set that to the side and work on our wet ingredients. So for this, we're gonna go ahead and start with our nut butter. So for this one, I have almond butter. Again, you could use peanut butter here again if you'd like. Of course, it's gonna render just a little bit of a different flavor, but will still be super good. I think almond butter just has more of a neutral flavor. So it is good in here. Get that all out. All right, and then we'll go ahead and use our sticky sweetener. Again, I have honey for this one as well. Pure maple syrup would be really good in this one though, to kind of bring out the sweetness in the apples. All right, and then finally just a teaspoon of vanilla extract. So once you have all the wet ingredients in there, we're gonna give them a nice stir. Just get them all together. Alright, and then once our wet ingredients are all mixed together, we're just going to go ahead and add them to our dry ingredients with our oats. Alright, and this one does take a little bit more elbow grease just to make sure everything is evenly mixed, because the almond butter and honey just kind of clumps together. So just be patient, it'll all go together and mix evenly. All right, so once you have mixed your wet ingredients with your dry, it should look somewhat like this. It's still a little clumpy, but that's okay. We're gonna add the apples to kind of bring everything together. So once that's done, we'll go ahead and add our grated apple already mixed with the lemon juice. And then our 4th cup of dried cranberries. Just dump that in there. And then that's it. I'm just gonna go ahead and mix everything together and just evenly coat all of the ingredients. And with these, if you feel like the mixture is a little too dry, you can always add a little more of the sweetener. And on the flip side, if you feel like the mixture is a little too wet, you can always add some extra oats to kind of soak up the extra moisture. Okay, so once we have everything all mixed together, it'll look like this. It's very colorful with all those cranberries. We're gonna do the same thing that we did with the peanut butter chocolate one. So just go ahead, grab about tablespoon and a half worth of dough. I'm just gonna form it into a ball. And that is it. I hope you enjoyed watching this short little tutorial and give this healthy snack a try. These are, again, so versatile. You can really make them your own and put whatever ingredients you like in them. And this really just makes healthy snacking a breeze during a busy week. So thank you again for watching and tuning in, and happy snacking.